Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Testing a mic. Testing a mic. We're going to get started here in just a minute or two. We'll make sure this shit is working. Good evening, everyone. We'll be starting very shortly. Oh, shit. All right. Well, we better get started. Welcome, dear viewers, to Couch Warrior TV on YouTube. I am the Couch Warrior, and this is Unbound Season 2, and we are calling this The Ghosts of Yore. And that title has been created by Joe, and it will be much more obvious why he's given it that title after the first installment of our podcast. So, first of all, let's get a sound check. I want to make sure everybody can hear me okay before I get started, because I hate just talking into nothingness. So let me know. Give me some feedback. The good kind, hopefully. All right, cool. All right, so yes, I will be selling framed pictures of myself. Deep discounts on all that coming up. Pay attention to the shop. Hang on a second. I'll just adjust my camera there. Is that better or worse? It's worse. Good. All right. Cool. Well, welcome everybody to Season 2 of Character Crusade Unbound. I'm very excited about this. First of all, thank you very much to all of you who made it through Season 1. I'm very excited to get started on Season 2. I think it's going to be very fun, very interesting. It's great to go kind of like, 3 months on a character and then change it up and do something new. That seems to be about the right pace for me because, ADD as I am, I lose interest very quickly sometimes. So my favorite part of any character is always the first 20 or 30 levels, right, where you're really digging into all of that growth opportunity and stuff. I don't play a lot of late game characters, which is really weird. Someday I'm going to do that. Someday I'm going to get better at that. But honestly, Unbound is a project that is perfectly structured for my psychosis. So all of you, I guess, are along for the ride on that, I see. So a couple of things. First of all, tonight we're gonna do some gameplay. We're starting at level 1 this time. So if you remember last time, we did not get started with Raiden's Let's Play until he was either at or close to 20th level, I think. So we're gonna see a lot of early character gameplay here. We're gonna see a lot of sort of early character personality development and story going on. And before we get started tonight on that, we're gonna do a segment which I'm gonna record separately. That's going to be all about character background and what I'm thinking about with regard to this character, how she's set up, how she's structured. We'll talk even a little bit about some things that I'm thinking about focusing on just in terms of skills and perk trees and all that good stuff. So we've got this kind of background information before we just literally launch into gameplay, all right? Get a little bit of background going, all right? All right. I am just checking here to make sure that things are okay. Yes, it looks that way. We have a good crowd in here tonight. This is fabulous. All right. So, let me do this. Let's take care of a couple of critical items here. First of all, which is to hit the record button, Stu. You got to hit the record button. Yeah. I have little notes for myself here to make sure I don't forget to do that, because I've done that in the past. It's a disaster. It's a disaster. 30 people in the room tonight. I definitely appreciate your support. All right, let's do this. We're going to get through some of the formalities here. Welcome, dear viewers, to Couch Warrior TV on YouTube. I am the Couch Warrior, and this is Unbound Season 2 Let's Play. This video series is the companion to the Character Crusade Unbound podcast. And in each episode, we explore Skyrim roleplay concepts and ideas through actual gameplay. Season 2 of the podcast is called The Ghosts of Yore. And our character concept is Breezy Baudelaire. She is a student of the Order of the Divine Scribe. And we're going to learn some things about the Order of the Divine Scribe. In fact, we're going to be making up a whole bunch of crap about the Order of the Divine Scribe because there is very, very little out there about them, which is great. I love a situation like that. So that works out perfect. That gives us a lot of room to kind of play around and invent things on our own. So I have kind of a boilerplate explanation I go through here for people who are noobs to the series and want to get involved. This is community participation, and what I'm doing with my Let's Play is kind of an example to sort of practice what I preach and give you something that you can watch that'll give you some ideas about how to put into play some of the crazy stuff that I talk about in the podcast. And I think this is critical on this one because there's already been a fair amount of confusion about what the actual homework is for Unbound 2. So we'll be touching on some aspects of that. I won't go into it in great detail because I already have something posted out there that I think explains it pretty well that you can find in the podcast stream. You can also find it linked from our Discord community, okay? All right, so for those of you who are new to the series, Character Crusade Unbound Skyrim Roleplay Workshop is a bi-weekly podcast focused on community roleplay. Our objective is to think outside the box and create the best possible play experiences through challenges, discussions, mods, and community interaction. Every season, we issue a challenge. The community creates characters, and then we all play together. Each podcast, we recap the challenges, discuss the things we have learned, and answer listener questions. To keep the conversation relevant and inspiring, we assign role-play homework, and sometimes, depending on the challenge, we do level caps. Now, in Season 1, we did level caps. In Season 2, we are not doing level caps, so no worries, all right? If you're concerned about level caps, do not sweat it. There are no level caps. Play as much as you want to play, because this season of Unbound is all about narrative. It has nothing to do with game mechanics. The narrative we're going to present you with, you are going to incorporate into your story, and that can happen regardless of what type of character you're playing at what level, all right? So the idea is we all kind of work together in the community through the podcast, answering questions, helping each other out to try and stay on track, and then we all share our amazing stories at the end of the season. If you didn't know, this last Monday, we just had our finale for Season 1. Joe is working like a madman trying to get that produced. We were hoping to get it out today, but it's going to come out over the weekend. That in large part has to do with a significant change in our recording process, where we're recording all of our voices on separate tracks now instead of one track. So he's got literally twice as many tracks to deal with as he did before, and so he's working on that. And so far, the recording sounds really great. He's just got lots of material to get through. So we are fully expecting that will be published this weekend. So for those of you who missed the finale, you'll be able to hear that later on this weekend in the podcast stream. And once I have the recording in hand, I'll probably make a video of it, as we always do, and put it up on Couch Warrior TV. So if you'd rather take it in via YouTube, you can do that, or you can check it out in the podcast stream. All right. So that gets us into the meat of it. So this, as I said, this season is all about narrative. Hang on a second. All right. Sorry about that. I'm dealing with like perpetual chronic congestion. Always the congestion. I don't know what it is. So our character for this season is Breezy Baudelaire. Baudelaire. She is starting at level 1. As I said, she is Breton. All right, and we've got a little bit of a background story here for her. She comes from a family of middle upper class means. And Breezy is the only girl in a family of 5 children. And as a result of that, there have been many attempts over the years by her brothers and her parents to try to protect her, to try to coddle her, but she has resisted that constantly. And she, as a result of that, she has become an individual who is sort of known in her community for being rebellious, just for the sake of being rebellious. She is constantly railing against authority because she feels, she has this deep-seated feeling that if she allows herself to be stalled, if she stops moving forward, someone's going to tie her down and she's not going to fulfill her destiny. So we've kind of got this character who is in her late teens, early 20s. She is kind of going on to school. She's had several suitors who have come into her life, people that she just was not interested in, and she's driven them all away, either through just bluntness or through somewhat savage pranks. She is kind of a prankster, that kind of thing, doing things to make these young men look bad, and as a result, getting out of these fixes she finds herself in. At some point, the parents finally decide, okay, we just can't control Breezy. We just need to let her do whatever it is she's going to do. And so they agree to send her off to a school, to the school of her choice. And the school of her choice is a place called the Order of the Divine Scribe. And it is equivalent to, say, imagine sort of a religious college, a 4-year college that is started by monks but offers kind of, your eventually transforms into something that offers kind of a standard liberal arts type of education, right? We have a lot of colleges like that here in Minnesota that at their roots are religious institutions but have transformed into just private colleges, learning institutions where people don't have to be of a particular denomination in order to attend them. And so the Order of the Divine Scribe, there's very little known about it, and it does appear in lore, and you can find it on UESP. The monks who are part of that order initially, or the people who are part of that order, worshipped Xerxes. And if you're not familiar with Xerxes, Xerxes is the divine scribe. He was considered to be sort of the right-hand person and scribe for Oriel. So it is technically a god that is kind of has been in the past anyway, part of the elven pantheon. But one of the things that we do know about the Bretons is that the elven pantheon has been incorporated into the Bretons pantheon in many ways. There are some subtle differences, but the Order of the Divine Scribe is really all based on this kind of worship of Xerxes and all of the trappings that go with that. She goes off to this school, and the reason that she chose this school is she expected that something like the Order of the Divine Scribe, she was going to have access to a lot of information. And what she is looking for is she's looking for information that will tell her more about how she can use her innate gifts. She has some gifts already that have to do with elemental magic, particularly anything having to do with kind of storm magic, specifically wind magic and lightning kind of storm-related magic. And we're going to be talking about this in a lot of detail throughout this Let's Play as we're selecting spells that are going to go into Breezy's toolbox. We'll be looking for things across all of the different schools of magic that actually fit. So in essence, what we're going to be doing with Breezy is we're going to be making our own, kind of our our own domain of magic. And it is going to include spells probably across most of the spell trees. So, but we're going to be very much cherry-picking the things that we think we can use and that we think we can kind of build some story around to say that, yes, this could be a storm-based power, kind of makes sense. And I think of her powers being more really focused on wind. So I don't want to get too much into the cold magic, even though you could make a case for certain spells having blizzard effects and stuff like that. And we may look at some of that stuff as we go into higher levels. But to start with, she's going to be very focused on wind magic, and then there's going to be kind of a smattering of things in there that have to do with shock and lightning. Now, in addition to that, we've got some spells that we'll be paying attention to in Restoration, for sure, and then also in Alteration. So, and I've already got some ideas about how we might use those. And then we'll also be making use, eventually, of Okado's Recital, and we'll be basically setting up some of these spells to feel more like environmentally triggered spells or innate powers, if you will. So that's what we know. All right, so you can see here up on the screen, I've got a couple of different tools for you. One is on story structure, and this has to do with the homework. Before we get into that, I would like to touch on the circles of character conflict first, because I've kind of mapped some things out for Breezy having to do with the circles of character conflict that are going to play into how we role play this character throughout. All right, if you're not familiar with the circles, we have, as you can see there, 3 concentric circles. The center circle has to do with personal conflict. The middle circle is interpersonal conflict, and the outer circle is societal conflict. All right? So let's talk about some of the characteristics of Breezy as a person. The trick here, I think, is always to have a good idea what's going on in the center circle. Okay, so we're going to talk about the center circle. And then, like a pebble in a pond, we start from the center circle, and the character's influence spreads outward, and we get some of the logical effects of a character's personality at each of the other rings. So we'll kind of discuss it from the center outward. All right? So if we look at that story structure diagram, you can see at the very top we have a segment that runs all the way across the story called the narrative arc. And this is the character's journey from end to end. And this is something that I like to think about. It's not a hard and fast rule. It's not something I set out to follow. Absolutely. If something happens in game that steers us away from it, that's cool. But I like to start with some idea of what the narrative arc is. And this makes sense because from the very start, you kind of need to know at the character's core who they are. And what this journey really is, the narrative arc, is what are they going from to? We talk about this kind of concept of value pairs. So what are they going from and what are they ending up with, right? I think of Breezy's character journey as going from a closed-off person to being an open person. And by closed off, what I mean is she's closed herself off in many ways emotionally from other people. She has a fear of becoming emotionally attached. Her greatest fear is that if she becomes emotionally attached to a man, she might be tempted to marry that person. Now suddenly she's married, suddenly she's having kids, and suddenly she's not fulfilling her destiny. So she keeps everyone at arm's length because she's worried about being tied down, and that closes her off. In addition to that, I think she's journeying from being defensive to being accepting. She has this deep-seated sense that other people believe because of the family she comes from, because of her gender, that she is somehow not capable. And so she's constantly pushing back against that and striving to be the best at what she does, the best in class, the strongest. She's trying to one-up everybody all the time. And that comes from this sense of defensiveness that she has. So part of her journey is going to be trying to gain enough confidence in her own ability and her place in the world that she can lose that sense of defensiveness and be a more accepting and open person. And then the last part of that is her journey to go from being misunderstood to being truly understood by those people who know her and love her. And these things directly relate to these circles that I'm talking about. So at the core, we're saying that her personal conflict is this deep-seated fear she has of commitment, okay? And that comes from the fact that her parents were overprotective, and she feels she needs to prove her capability, right? So she's got this fear of commitment and this sort of self-doubt about whether or not she's capable, so she overcompensates. And because of that, she's a strong personality. She's the kind of person who, comes from a family of mostly boys, and so to keep up, she had to play rough like the boys were playing, and she learned to do that, and she's very good at it. So that is off-putting sometimes to other people. So she has this constant inner conflict about being tied down, about being good enough, about proving to the world that she's capable. So what does that tell us about that middle ring? Well, if you've got a person who's acting like that, that means they're always this contrarian, right? They're always pushing back. She's always contrary. She's always stubborn. She can sometimes be mean and cruel, especially in her pranks. She comes off as irresponsible, comes off as being rash sometimes because of this, right? Because she's making decisions about what she thinks is in her own best interest without consulting anyone and without letting anyone in. So more often than not, the decisions that she's making about her own life make sense in her head, but come as a complete surprise to everyone around her because they just don't understand her. So that is really a key. So there are people in that inner circle, her friends and family, who probably feel snubbed by her. They feel cheated by her, they feel put out by her, they feel abandoned by her. And we saw that a little bit as you guys were sitting in the lobby. I tried to put some letters and little notes into the screens here that kind of give you a sense of that. There is a note there from her fiance who she met at school, who's wondering where she is. The minute he proposed to her, suddenly she disappeared, right? There's a letter there from her father saying, "Why the hell are you in Skyrim?" Right? You understand that you took all the money I gave you for tuition and you spent it on travel expenses, which is essentially a one-way ticket to Skyrim. What the hell are you doing? I hope you've got a plan. All right? And we're going to see more of that during the break. I've got a special slide I'll put up when we go to intermission that also has an additional note on it from a friend of hers. So we got a note from family, we've got a note from a love interest, and we've got a note from a close friend, all of which indicate that they are either misunderstanding Breezy or are upset with Breezy for some reason. And this makes sense when you consider who she is at her core. So let's go out to the larger circle. And the larger circle is where we get a really interesting situation with Breezy, and that is that from a societal perspective, she's kind of the polar opposite of who she is in her interpersonal relationships. She's friendly. She's open to strangers, right? She's talkative. She's law-abiding. She comes off as self-assured and capable. It's only to people who know her and love her and have known her all her life, who treat her differently than a stranger would, that she pushes back. You know that saying, right? You always hurt the ones you love. Well, it's the ones that you love who know you the best. And sometimes having people know you that deeply can feel like a threat. And so Breezy comes off as very capable and friendly to those people who don't know her at all. But to those people who are in her inner circle and know her more deeply, she can be very difficult to deal with. So that is the character that we've got kind of going psychologically, all right? So that brings us to the point, where does the story start? Well, here's the deal. She goes off to school. The Order of the Divine Scribe. She spends maybe a year there. While she's there, she becomes friends with a young man named Narander, and they pal around. They have lots of fun. They learn stuff together. They study together, and pretty soon it turns into something more than just a friendship. And that seems fine with Breezy, but then there comes a point where he actually scrapes together the money to buy a ring. He presents that to her. She comes off as excited, but immediately the following day, she enrolls in an exchange program with the Mage College in Winterhold, and she leaves without telling anyone, including her quote-unquote boyfriend or fiancé-to-be. And she just vanishes because left alone in her room at night, she starts thinking about all the things that could go wrong, starts thinking about the idea of being tied down and not fulfilling this quote-unquote destiny she thinks she has. And suddenly she packs it all in, and she takes all the money that was reserved for her tuition for the following year, and she spends it on travel expenses to get to Skyrim. So we have a situation where she makes it into the program. She manages to make it to the Mage College in Skyrim, but she has no money whatsoever if she would want to return. And she does this without telling anyone she's going to do it. So her friends don't know she's leaving. Narander doesn't know she's leaving. Her parents certainly don't know that she's leaving. So one of the letters that we saw there was a letter from her father just saying, hey, you understand, right? You used all of your tuition on travel expenses. That's basically a one-way ticket to Skyrim. I hope you have a plan, sweetheart. See you later, right? So there you have it. So that's where we kind of start. So where I'm going to be starting this adventure is I'm going to be starting at the College of Winterhold. She has basically already been enrolled. She already has a room, but she has not attended any classes. And that's where we're going to be starting. So as you can guess, the Mage College quest line is going to be a pretty significant one here, but we're going to be folding some other things in, and there are some special circumstances. The fact that she's not a full-fledged student of the Mage College, she's essentially the equivalent of an exchange student. There could be some sort of social and bureaucratic problems that she might have in the college because she's not formally an accepted Mage College student. That sets her apart from the rest of the students. All right. So that is our starting point. Let's talk a little bit about what we're going to focus on for this character. Because we're talking about elemental magic, I am going to be using Apocalypse Spell Package. I am going to be using Elemental Destruction Magic. I have the patch for those, as was mentioned earlier in the comments. Okay. I am also going to be using the full Ordinator set of perks and a lot of stuff there. We're probably going to be starting at, say, Adept difficulty, and we'll kind of see how it goes. All right. I don't know quite yet how deadly some of these spells are. And Breezy is a little bit unusual in that she is not going to be focused as heavily as other mages on the idea of wearing robes. She will be a light armor wearing character. So there are going to be some differences there. She will use tools as well, like stabs and scrolls. I have introduced some additional mods into the game that will allow me to do things like she'll be able to write her own scrolls. She'll be able to take spells that she finds in scrolls and write them into spell books and then learn them as spells. So there are a number of different things. I think I've got right now 122 mods in the lineup, and we will be expanding that as we go. There are a few things I've got my eye on that I know we're going to use, but we'll incorporate those when we need them. So we're going to be looking at definitely alteration and destruction primarily. There's going to be a fair amount of use of restoration, and then there will be occasional use of conjuration possibly. I don't see a lot of use for Breezy when it comes to illusion magic, not yet. But if something presents itself in game, if she's intrigued by it, who knows? We may do something there. But her investments in terms of perks are going to be primarily in destruction, alteration, enchanting, and light armor. Now, she's not going to be a weapon-wielding character. She is going to be using magic as her primary weapon. But one of the things that I thought was interesting and that I'm toying around with here is the idea that Breezy is able to use her innate powers around wind magic to basically move faster than the other people around her, almost as though she perpetually has the wind at her back. And this has worked out really interesting because there's a couple of different things. One of the things that I got my hands on right away was a ring that basically speeds up her movement rate. But in addition to that, also a restoration spell called Mystic Wind, which will recharge her magicka when she's sprinting. It'll recharge her magicka much faster, which is kind of a cool thing. So, and there's a couple other things going on. We've got Andromeda standing stones in play here, and I believe that I'm using the powers associated with the Apprentice Stone, which means that her novice level spells, she does not lose any magicka whatsoever. She can basically use novice level spells indefinitely. However, that mod will randomly determine whether or not those spells do 50% more damage or 50% less. So while she will not be strapped for magicka when she's using novice level spells, there's a chance that they may be doing a lot less damage than what she would normally be able to do if she wasn't using that stone. So that'll be kind of interesting. It adds an element of kind of wildness and unpredictability to the way her magic works, which I think is a great reflection of her early stages of learning. So that's kind of the direction that we're going. So primarily she's going to be focused on this wind-related magic. And the thing that I like about going the light armor route is the light armor route has many, many perks in that tree that will benefit us when it comes to movement, right? So we get bonuses when we're moving in combat. And when we combine that with her wind-related magic and some of these other things that she'll be using that play off this idea of movement, what we're going to have, I think, is a character who's going to be very quick and very mobile and so forth, but maybe very vulnerable in certain situations where she gets overwhelmed or when she's in closed spaces. And that brings me to another point. So what are some of our game rules? When I talk about game rules, I'm thinking about, are there things in the game that we're going to capitalize on that help us understand the character a bit more? What are those play rules like? I don't have many right now, and we're going to be forming some, I think, as we go and as she gets exposure to things. As far as just the character in general, it made sense to me that she would be apprehensive about enclosed spaces. For someone who is all about harnessing the wind and using it to her advantage and is all about movement, I think being in enclosed spaces could be a bit difficult for her. I'm not saying that it rises to the level of a phobia, but I think it will be, she would much rather be camping outside than staying in a small place. All right? She is a bit of a tomboy and kind of a crude person in some ways. She doesn't bother herself a lot of times with niceties, with etiquette. Now, in certain situations, she will, But most of the time, she doesn't worry about that. So she likes drinking cheap wine, and she likes red meat, and she likes, big heavy meals and stuff like that. She likes to sit quietly and study her books. To her, the perfect idea of the idea of a perfect evening would be a cheap glass of wine, probably an undercooked steak, and a stack of books, that kind of thing. The other thing that she's very interested in is just nature in and of itself. And in particular, the things she loves about nature is the wide open spaces, butterflies and birds and things that use the air and the breezes to travel. Things like that would be of particular interest to her. And we're going to see kind of how those things present themselves as we go through. And we're going to latch on to those when it makes sense, I think. Remember, this is a person who has lived most of their life pretty sheltered and has spent their life trying to break out of that, and now she has managed to escape all of that. Even when she was at the order of the divine scribe, people still knew where she was and what she was doing. Now she has truly broken away from everyone, and there's a certain amount of risk there, right? In that no one can help her. She's totally on her own, but the advantage is that she's totally on her own, right? Which is kind of where she wants to be. Now she needs to prove to herself that she can make it. All right? So I think this is going to be kind of interesting. We're just going to... I wanted to make sure that I left enough of this kind of stuff open that we can have experiences as we go. Like I said, she's truly on her own now, and what that means, though, is because of that kind of sheltered, controlled background that she's had, she hasn't been exposed to a lot of stuff. So a lot of the spells we're going to encounter, the locations, obviously, the weather, the animals, monsters, all of these creatures, she's probably never seen them before, or if she has, it's been more the pedestrian kind of stuff. She knows what a rabbit is, and she's seen plenty of rabbits, and she's seen plenty of foxes and deer, but, who knows if she's had encounters with trolls? My guess is not. And I think the same goes for a lot of the other, these other creatures in Skyrim. So I think that sets us up for a really fun time, and I think that is exactly where we want to be with the character. We understand intimately what's going on inside her, and then we kind of interact with our environment based on that knowledge, and then we kind of leave things open-ended, so we kind of get to have a fun experience as we go, just taking things in and figuring out what we're going to internalize and incorporate into our character and what we're going to let go. So that is the plan. Everybody cool with that? All right. Well, we're going to get started. So firstly, I'm going to take care of a few things here. First one is I stopped that recording. All right. Secondly, we make some adjustments here, and we're going to kick off the game. Once we have the game kicked off, and I've got the save opened up, then I'm going to switch over to the video slide here so you guys can all see what's going on in game. And then we'll start the recording again, and off we go. Simple as that. All right. All right, now let's get this going.
So, Arniel, how's
everybody
that
good
little
out there?
project of yours coming along? Any progress worth mentioning?
Oh, that. Yes, it's quite promising, I believe. Definitely on the right track. Results should be soon.
Right. And what did you say the point of this little venture was?
Oh, no, wouldn't do to say it all. Not now. Not at all. I have far too many things to do still.
If you say so.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got 42 people out there. I haven't had that many people in a stream in so long. Now, let me also make clear that streaming Skyrim never looks as good as a finished recording. I do these streams because I want them to be fun and I want them to be community events, but I also understand that the streaming quality is not fantastic. Rest assured that everything that you are seeing in the stream is also being recorded in HD 1080p and will be available as recorded episodes. So if you want to go back and see them in HD, you'll be able to do that. And the graphics quality will be far, far superior. All right. Okay, so we're in. Now, because each of these is going to be broken down into separate episodes, we're going to go through the intro again. For those of you who have not attended my live streams, you know that these kind of get broken up. These get broken up into chunks and then released as episodes. And the episodes are usually anywhere from, say, 40 to 60 minutes in length. And then they vary depending on the content slightly, okay? I try to keep them in that target range. But in order to make production easier, at the end of each segment, I always go ahead and read the intro and do the outro, so I kind of have cappers, and I can kind of put them together more easily and release them that way. Welcome, dear viewers, to Couch Warrior TV on YouTube. I am the Couch Warrior, and this is Unbound Season 2 Let's Play. This video series is the companion to the Character Crusade Unbound podcast, and in each episode we explore Skyrim roleplay concepts and ideas through actual gameplay. Season 2 of the podcast is called The Ghosts of Yore, and our character concept is Breezy Baudelaire, student of the Order of the Divine Scribe, who now finds herself here at the Mage College. She's been given a dorm room, I guess. So, there she is. All right. Let's go down to walking speed here. So, as I mentioned earlier, one of the things that is very important to Breezy and will be part of this story, because she comes from the Order of the Divine Scribe, she has some training when it comes to things like writing and caring for books and research and stuff like that, okay? So the way I kind of envision this in my head is that the mages at the College of Winterhold love this exchange program, right? Because they can have students come from the Divine Order, and these students are particularly good at scribe activities. They can transcribe books and spell books and scrolls and things like that. And so the way I kind of envision it is that students who accept this exchange program quite often find themselves in situations where they're working in the Arcanium more than doing spell study. All right. So we have a couple of mods that are going in here that are also kind of particularly targeted at her use of books. One of those is a mod that makes any books that I don't have or haven't read yet glow, stuff like that. As I mentioned in the previous episode, some mods that have to do with crafting scrolls and spell books, stuff like that. Missing apprentices. The college asks that everyone keep an eye out for the previous group of apprentices who has gone missing. As yet, no information has become available. If anyone has any information regarding Isra, Ilistai, Borvir, or Rundi, please speak to me at once. All right. Professors are looking for someone. Now, I have a lot of my HUD turned off, and I'm probably going to have to turn it on pretty soon. I just wanted to let you know kind of what was going on there. All right, so Breezy's got two things to do. She's got a class to get to, but she's also got a campus job. Imagine that. That's pretty lucky. I mean, if you've gone to a college campus that was near a single Starbucks, you know how hard it is to get a job at that Starbucks. So she's got a job working in the Arcanium. But as I mentioned before, that's kind of what's expected of these students who are coming from the Order of the Divine Scribe, that they're going to put in some time working for the Arcanium. So, we're going to report for class first.
Welcome, welcome. We were just beginning. Please, stay and listen. So, as I was saying, the first thing to understand is that magic is, by its very nature, volatile and dangerous. Unless you can control it, it can and will destroy you.
Sir, I think we all understand that fairly well. We wouldn't be here if we couldn't control magic.
Of course, my dear, of course. You all certainly possess some inherent natural ability. That much is not being questioned. What I'm talking about is true control, mastery of magic. It takes years, if not decades, of practice and study.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's get started.
Please, please. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Eagerness must be tempered with caution, or else disaster is inevitable.
But we've only just arrived here. You've no idea what any of us are capable of. Why not give us a chance to show you what we can do?
You've been quiet so far. What do you think we should do?
I don't know. I think we should learn something practical.
Is that so?
See, she agrees with us too. Why don't you actually show us something?
All right, let's settle down. I suppose we can try something practical. In continuing with our theme of safety, we'll start with wards. Wards are protective spells that block magic. I'll teach you all a ward, and we'll see if you can successfully use it to block spells, all right? Would you mind helping me with the demonstration? Are you at all familiar with ward spells?
No, not really.
That's all right. I can teach you a very basic ward, one that's enough for the purposes of this lesson. Now, if you'll just stand right over there, I'll cast a spell at you, and you block it with the ward. Here we go.
All right.
Over there, please, just opposite me. Wouldn't want anyone else in the way. Now, cast the ward spell, and keep it up.
Okay, so we got to find our ward. What is that? Look at that. We're learning already, damn it. All right, you ready? Here comes.
Hold still. Excellent work. Well, I think this is an excellent start. I'd like you all to continue practicing with wards, please.
She goes straight back to her stance. I love
We're ready
that.
to begin exploring some of the various applications of magic throughout history. The college has undertaken a fascinating excavation in the ruins of Sarthal nearby. It's an excellent learning opportunity.
Ah, ruins.
I suggest we meet there in a few hours and see what awaits us inside. That's all for now. Thank you.
All right, well, that's good, because we got to check in at our job. So...
You know, this is one of a very few places where you can receive a real education in the schools of magic.
I think my school's just fine. Wow, she's kind of silly. All right, we're going to go up to the Arcanium, and we're going to check in here. Ooh, hey, we don't have this one. What's that? Songs of Return. I'll have to get a library card. All right, so, oh, look at all these unread books. Maybe that mod was a mistake. All right, this is our boss right here. Hey. Hello? Reporting for
I
work.
don't want to see you treating any of these books poorly. Are we clear?
Jeez. Yeah, sure.
You are now in the Arcanium, of which I am in charge. It might as well be my own little plane of oblivion. Disrupt my Arcanium, and I will have you torn apart by angry Atronachs. Now, do you require assistance?
Well, not exactly. I mean, do you need some help around here? I mean, I'm here from the Order.
As a matter of fact, there are. Have you ever heard of Shalador?
Of course.
Immensely powerful mage, back in the First Era. Had an understanding of magic few have ever matched. He holed himself up in Labyrinthian, and devoted all his time to research and study. But more than you would imagine possible. Since then, his writings have been scattered all over Skyrim, but are little use to anyone who can't translate them. I'm one of the few who can. I've heard whispers of more of his work having turned up. If you can track it down, it may prove useful to all of us.
All right. Well, you obviously, take your work very seriously.
Of course I do. If I didn't, most of these books would have been burned to ashes or dissolved to nothing before the Third Era. Mages need to be reminded to be careful around research materials.
Research is something that we understand. It's quite impressive.
A mage is only as good as what he knows. I try to make sure as much knowledge is available as possible. We've been keeping this collection since the Second Era. Books have come and gone during that time, but it's mostly intact.
All right. Well, this is interesting. Is there any college business I can assist with?
If you're feeling adventurous, I'm always looking for someone to procure valuable books from some more dangerous locations.
Oh, shit. All right, yeah.
Well, all right, here. I scribbled down the last place I'd heard about. Check it out, but be careful.
All right, we'll have to check that out. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is great. All right, so we're a very lucky student to have a job at the college bookstore. Those are hard to get, highly sought after. All right, well, let's go back to our room briefly. And then it sounds like we've got a lesson we need to get to, but we're going to take a little pause here at our room, just make sure that we're ready to go, and then we'll head out. All right, I'm going to go ahead and turn on the HUD here. We can keep it just kind of light. All right, let's take a look here at what I've got going. So, I've got a few spells here. I figured she would have some spells coming in, so I tried to pick ones I thought were reasonable. Fast healing, she comes with. Healing, she has Healing Hands is the spell that she had to purchase to get past Feralda to get in the first place. And Lesser Ward, that is the one that we just got from Tolfdir. Okay? The other one that's interesting here is Mystic Wind, and I talked about this one earlier. This is one that I think is kind of fun and will be really kind of, I think, cool to attribute to her affinity towards wind magic and this whole idea of speed. So that one I think is going to be particularly cool. Now, it doesn't help us a lot yet because, honestly, anything that is a novice level spell, we can pretty much cast indefinitely, which is kind of an amazing thing when you think about this ward, right? Being able to just spam on the ward all of a sudden changes the entire dynamic of how you function in combat. So that is going to be kind of fun to experiment with. On the destruction side, we've got a Wind Rune, we've got Gust, And Gust is kind of the equivalent of your basic flame spell, but with wind. And then Crackle. This one's kind of fun. Just, you know, a static cloud that follows the target around and shocks them periodically. This one I picked specifically because I felt like one of the things that we talked about with her background is that she has performed some savage pranks on people. And this kind of seems like a prank type of spell. A little cloud that floats over the head of someone she doesn't like that shocks them periodically. That is a savage prank if I've ever heard one. So, yeah, that's where that comes from. And then Drop Zone, I took Drop Zone because I felt like she would have enough command of the winds to be able to kind of break her fall. Face Light, these are just things I'm using to light her face. Fortify Hedge Mage armor. For those of you who are speculating about the armor that she's wearing, it is the Hedge Mage armor. The Hedge Mage armor comes with its own system for upgrading the armor. If I find the right ingredients, then I can cast the Hedge Mage armor spell, and it improves the quality of the armor over time. So, the cool thing about that, of course, is that it allows me to improve the protection of the armor without having to spend countless hours in smithing. Now, I probably am going to still spend time in smithing, for sure. But this is kind of a magical way to do it, which I think is pretty cool. And to me, that is a wonderful thing, right? Because so often I've wanted to play mages but hated wearing robes. And as soon as you get out of the category of wearing robes, you end up stuck with kind of just, you know, light armor with whatever enchantments you can put on it. This is kind of a nice happy medium. So that's what that is. All right. And then the other one I took here was Long Stride. That allows her to run faster. That's kind of fits, I think, with the theme of having the wind at her back. So I grabbed that one as well. And then Okado's Recital. I have bagged this one early on. I don't really consider it to be a spell. I think of it more as a utility, and we'll be using it later on as we kind of go through things. All right. All right. So severe hunger, thirst, and fatigue. So we need to take a nap before we go on our field trip. Well, let's see. It's 11:30 p.m. No way are they going in the middle of the night, right? 1:32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 30. 7:30, we've got maybe roughly an hour walk game time. So we'll say it's an 8:30 class. Okay. Now, let's see if we've got any food. Ooh, not much. Porker loaf. Oh, some cheap wine for breakfast. Perfect. All right. Couple other items of interest here that you might find interesting. The Hedge Mage hood I'm not using. So she is not going to have a complete set of light armor, which could bite us in the ass for a little while until we get to a point where we can take the perk that allows us to benefit without the hood. And part of the reason for that is because that hood clips with circlets, and I simply wanted her to wear a circlet. So I had to find a workaround, and that was my workaround. So, and I'm perfectly fine with that. So she's wearing kind of mixed armor. 3 pieces of light armor, and then the hood is considered robes. I can probably find a light armor hood mod as well, but I'm not too concerned about it at the moment. All right, I'm going to turn the game sound down just a little bit here. When these winds get whipping, it gets crazy. All right. Now, she does have a backpack and full travel gear that I'm saying that she had with her as part of her trip here, but she doesn't need it to go to this class. It's kind of like a day trip, so I'm not going to worry about that right now. Now, the other thing that I did, which I'm kind of just excited about, is I introduced into my mod lineup this time around obviously the mod that makes the signs blow in the wind, but also a mod that makes all the trees and the grass blow in the wind. And I thought, boy, that'd be kind of cool if we're talking about wind magic and breezy and all this stuff, and we just had an environment where the trees move in the wind and stuff like that. It also, I think, is going to have some impact on the wind sound effects. So I'm just turning things down a bit, just in case it gets bananas. All right, let's take a real quick look here. I'm interested in making sure that, let's add this to our lineup. I want to try the ward. Now, I don't have that hotkey, do I? But we're going to hotkey it. We're going to use this for 2. So her primary weapon right now is going to be Gust. So we can go Gust, and then Shield in the left. Right? All right. All right, now I'm going to figure out how to get to our first class here. Well, it's kind of cool. Gust is cool because it does damage just like fire or frost, but it also has a chance to throw your enemies, which I think is kind of fun and makes sense. Now, you may have also seen when she went into combat that something kicked off. There was kind of a blue swirling. What that is I've used Okado's Recital with the Mystic Wind spell. So when she goes into combat, Mystic Wind automatically kicks off. Now, that would be handy. I mean, if she used up all of her magicka, that would be handy because she could just start sprinting around her enemies or around the battlefield and be recharging her magicka while she did it. But in this particular case, Gust is a novice spell, and so she is not burning any magicka when she uses novice spells, which is kind of a cool deal as well. And I think that's part of the Prodigy story that we're trying to tell here. We're trying to say that Breezy is here for a reason, and she's special. She's got some capabilities that other people don't have, and she has only just begun to explore what her own capabilities are. So the fact that she can just do this forever and no one else can, that is something that she doesn't realize is special yet, but that she will come to realize is special as she gets further into her adventures. All right, I'm here. Last one. Gosh.
I'm not so sure we should be here.
What are you talking about? I'm in this class. Oh, I see. You're elitist. Is that it? Because I'm not from this college?
So sure we should be here.
Please.
And here we all are. Shall we step inside?
I'm ready.
All right. Please stay close to me while we're inside. It should be safe, but it's always better to be cautious.
Better to be cautious. Ooh, I don't like this guy. You're on my list, pal. Prick. He's gonna get pranked. All right. Let's do this. Now we're inside. You know,
As some of you may know,
I try to think about everything with these characters. And even her hairstyle, I put some thought into because I figure as a person who's got innate abilities with wind magic, she's constantly frustrated with the condition of her hair because she can never keep it nice because it's always getting blown and whipped around and stuff. So she gives up on it and she puts it in these really horrible looking buns that aren't even or symmetrical, and she doesn't care. It's kind of her thing.
well, are there any questions before we begin?
I don't know. What's so important about this place, anyway?
We're particularly interested in the prevalence of magical seals placed on the tombs here. It's rather unlike anything we've encountered.
Okay. All right, so What are we looking for? What are we studying?
Anything. Anything at all that might be of interest. That's why I adore this location. We have no idea what we're going to find. And if along the way my message about the dangers of magic should happen to sink in for a few students, that would be a happy coincidence.
Yeah. I don't know.
Ah, yes. Well, why don't you see if you can assist Arniel Gain? He's one of our scholars, here working on cataloging our finds. I expect he'd appreciate some help in locating any additional magical artifacts here in the ruins. Any enchanted items will do. The usefulness of the enchantment is irrelevant. If you find anything, the class can look it over.
Really?
Now let's see. What shall we have the rest of you do?
It's kind of running fast and loose with the syllabus, don't you think?
For warding magics. Anything designed to keep people out. Don't interact with them, just identify them. On them, please search that area over there. See if you notice any residual energies, alive or undead.
It is.
Cesargo, what shall we have?
House is creepy, huh?
Why don't you verify that
Arniel Gain. He must be a professor. Oh my god. Alright. Well, so we're going to make our way down there. Now I got to say, Breezy is going to be one of these people. And I don't know if you're one of these. I was never one of these kind of people. The people who are obsessed with the class syllabus. Are we following the syllabus and what's going to be on the test? That's all they ever care about, and they continuously ask about it. She's one of those annoying people. But her reason for that is because she doesn't want to do any more work than she has to pass these courses. So...
Well, certainly none of this will benefit my research.
yeah. I'm supposed to help you with something. Project?
What? Ah, yes. You. I remember you. You're going to help? That's fine. Just don't make a mess of my work. I've only looked through a portion of this section. You can look around in the chambers just north of here. Try and be careful, all right? We don't want to damage anything.
All right, let's find some stuff. Let's see. Firstly... Booklight. Ooh. Hey, I found something. Ooh, I found another something. Hey, what's this? Oh, soul gems. We know what those are.
Please be careful here. The site isn't entirely secured.
Right. Ooh, hey. That's kind of pretty, right? Oh, shit. Hey.
What in the world was that racket? Is everything all right?
Well, yeah, but I'm stuck here.
How in the world did that happen?
I pulled this amulet off the wall.
Really?
Yeah.
Perhaps the amulet is important somehow.
You think?
Is there some way you can use it?
I don't know. For what? Alright, well, let's see. What do we call this thing? It is the Sarthal amulet. There we go.
Do you see that?
What?
Some kind of resonance. You and the wall.
Ooh.
It must be connected to the amulet.
Whoa! Oh, hey, this spell's powerful.
Well, this is highly unusual and very interesting.
There are skulls everywhere.
Why in the world would this be sealed off? What is this place?
I don't know. You're the professor. Oh.
Hold
set in motion a chain of events that cannot be stopped. Judgment has not been passed, as you had no way of knowing. Judgment will be passed on your actions to come, and how you deal with the dangers ahead of you. This warning is passed to you because the Psijic Order believes in you.
What?
You, Mage, and you alone, have the potential to prevent disaster. Take great care, and know that the Order is watching.
I came all this way to stop from being judged.
I swear I felt something rather strange just then. What just happened?
Well, some sort of ghost or apparition appeared and spoke to me.
I'm afraid I didn't see anything.
Well, I did.
Can you tell me more about what you saw?
Sure. Well, about 6'3", robe. Looked like it was maybe, I don't know, earth tones?
The Psijic Order? Are you quite sure about that? That's very odd. And danger ahead?
I'm not sure about anything.
Any
God.
sense at all. The Psijics have no connection to these ruins, and no one's seen any of their order in a long time. Perhaps we should take a look inside these coffins. Now, please do be careful.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Who knows what we're going to find?
Right.
Take care now.
Look in the coffins? Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Is someone there?
Woo! Okay. Hey, what are these? Alright, she would be kind of completely blown away, but not so much that she wouldn't go through their pockets. She is a poor college student, after all. Hang on. And as we mentioned earlier, she spent all of her tuition for next semester on travel expenses to get here, so she is completely broke.
This is simply fascinating.
Hey, wow. Is that one of those armor spells? Wild.
Be prepared to defend yourself.
Okay. Ooh, okay, okay. Oh, no. Oh. There we go. All right. We need to ask this guy some questions. What is this?
I've never seen anything like this in Nordic ruins before. Why, just look at all these coffins. This bears closer inspection. I'd like to stay a while and examine this. You, however, should press on. See if you can find whatever this vision of yours mentioned. But if it is truly dangerous, be careful. Go on ahead. I'll be sure and catch up with you before long.
Ugh. All right.
Be prepared to defend yourself.
Oh, I'm prepared. All right, here we go. Let's do this. All right. Be careful. Ooh, see that? Oh! Woo! Hang on, hang on. A little too close. Whoa. Okay. What do you got in your breeches? Gold! Gold in your breeches. We'll take it. She is flat broke. Oh, there's another one. Okay, let's try something else from the repertoire. I don't know what I have hotkeyed here, so... Ooh, I don't have enough magic. Gotta use that one. Ooh, he's tougher. He's definitely tougher. All right. Ooh, hey. There are things here we might want. Don't really need skulls, so we'll leave those behind. Oh boy, this is great. At this rate, I'll have enough money for next semester's tuition and to go home if I feel like it. But probably not gonna feel like it. All right, what's in these? What is in these? Do I dare look in it? Wait a second. There's loot in these. And it's fine to take, as long as the professors don't catch you. No worries there. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ow, ow. That was no good. Okay, lesson learned. Swear to God, boy, her movement rate is quick. Like, there are times when it's almost hard. She's so quick. It's hard to control her in like a casual type of setting, right? Ah ha ha. See? Sometimes the spells do 50% more damage, which I like when they do 50% more. That's great. Junk. Let's get rid of that. Oh, wait. Well... simple, right? Now I'm thinking about the fact that she goes and she talks to the grumpy orc at the college bookstore. And the first job that he gives her is not like dusting the shelves or sorting the books or, you know, anything like that. It's basically go out into Skyrim and find these missing books. She's going to be thinking about that and thinking, oh, that's awesome, right? I get to get out of this boring place. I can go out into Skyrim. I can explore. And nobody's going to bitch at me about it, right? So the question becomes then, just, you know, thinking about her reaction to that, how does that affect her just in terms of her studies? What suddenly becomes priority? And as a person who is looking to prove herself constantly and show that she's capable, my guess is that a scenario like that would be very attractive to her, because not only can she cut class, but she can cut class being fully authorized to do so while making some extra money. Making some extra money and learning some stuff, seeing Skyrim, having adventures. Oh, ow. Ah ha ha. Levels. Ooh. Come on. Let's use our mobility, right? There you go. Crusty undead bitch. Give me your gold. All right. What's that? Eeh. It's like a satanic toenail trimmer. Not interested. What's in here? Okay. All right, here we go. All right. Nothing. Oh, look at this. Anything else down here? Anything we missed? Ooh, wow. Seems fishy, right? Oh, look at this. Let's stand back a little further than we did last time. Uh-huh. A piercing. Ooh, mass paralysis. We could write that into a spell book and learn it. We would never be able to cast it yet, but she has the expertise to do it. Anything else? No. Oh, no, I hate this one. All right. Shit. All right, this could take me a minute. I got to remember how to solve this one. I feel like a lot of times I understand how it works mechanically, but I feel like a lot of times I solve it by sheer dumb luck. Oh, you bastard. Okay, and then, okay, so that one... Okay. So, what you got going on here? Next is a snake. Next is the whale. Next is... I want to turn this one. Damn it. Okay, this one first. Okay, next up is that. And this one we want to... Okay, so on the next rotation, this one will be a snake. On the next rotation, that will be a whale. On the next rotation, that will be a burb. In the next rotation, this will be a whale. So if I'm correct, I think this one rotates all of them, doesn't it? Uh-huh. Huh? Right? Snake, whale, bird. Breezy's way smarter than I am. She figured it out. All right. Extra credit. What? Fine. As soon as I solve the puzzle. Hey, a book. Ooh. Yeah, let's take that. Oh. So I haven't been looking in these urns at all, just so you know. That would be disrespectful. All right, let's do it. What the hell? Whoa.
Well now, would you look at that?
I am. Whoa. I'm looking at that.
There.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Ah, that does not feel good at all.
There, now attack it.
Where is it? Haha, now you're down. Take the full brunt. Ha. There we go. Got to take advantage of that knockdown. Writ of sealing. That would be interesting. To research.
This is utterly unique.
What is it?
What could this place be?
I don't know. Do you know what this is?
I have no idea. This is amazing. Absolutely amazing. The Archmage needs to be informed immediately. He needs to see this for himself. I don't dare leave this unattended. Can you return to the college and inform Savos Aran of this discovery? Please, hurry.
All right. I suppose. Wow. It makes you kind of feel
to defend yourself.
all tingly when you're close to it. Okay, I'm just gonna have a look around here quick. Look at this. Oh, he's completely absorbed. Let's take it. What's that? I don't need that. We better not take anything else he might notice. Let's get out of here quick before he says we can't have this staff. Haha. Oh, yeah. Whoa, 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 wait. Wait a second. Is Breezy the Dragonborn? This makes the chances a little bit better. Just so you guys know, I did use Unbound, and I set totally random the Dragonborn ability. So she just learned a word of power, which totally makes sense, given the fact that she's a researcher and she's doing the whole divine scribe thing and all that business. Aha, cool. Now, we'll see. I mean, we'll find out later on if she can absorb a dragon soul, then we know for sure that she's the Dragonborn. But right now, there's at least a better chance. If you remember from Unbound Season 1, we also selected random in that category, and Raiden was not the Dragonborn. In fact, he couldn't even read word walls. So he was furthest thing from the Dragonborn. But Breezy's got a shot. All right, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to bring us to the end of this episode. Let me take care of the formalities here, and then what we're going to do is take a short break, and we'll come back and record another one. All right? That's going to do it for this episode. Thanks for checking it out. If you'd like to get involved and play along with us, check out unbound.charactercrusade.com for all the current play rules. You can join the discussion with other players by joining our Discord community at discord.charactercrusade.com. You can find Character Crusade Unbound podcast on iTunes and YouTube and Stitcher, by the way. We also have live streams of all of our episodes. Visit youtube.charactercrusade.com to join the adventure, and go to charactercrusade.com website for a schedule of all of our upcoming podcast live streams. Thank you all very much, and I will see you in the next episode. All right, we're going to take a short break, ladies and gentlemen. I see you all out there. I know what you're up to. You can't pull one over on me. All right. Let's fire it up again here. And while that is happening, we're going to take a minute or two here. I'm just going to kind of go through some of the comments. I know you all have questions of various types. Okay, so Anne, you had a question about what am I using for the scribe stuff. I can't remember the exact names of the mods. Both of them are found on Nexus under Skyrim SE Crafting. So if you go to mod categories and look under crafting and just kind of cruise through there, you'll find them. One is a mod that allows me to create scrolls, and the other one is a mod that allows me to take scrolls I find and convert those to spell books, which I can then learn. If I remember correctly, the problem with both of those is that to use them, you have to go to special workstations, and there's only a few of those workstations spread throughout Skyrim. So you kind of have to know where those are. So I have to refer back to the mod to kind of remember where those are. Some of them we'll just run into during the course of adventuring and stuff like that. And hopefully we'll have some stuff queued up. I don't know how much we're going to use them. I put them in there just because she is a person who knows how to do this. I mean, she knows her way around books, literature, writing, transcribing, all that kind of stuff. She knows this stuff. So I thought if there was an opportunity to use that to enhance the gameplay, then awesome. All right. I am not using Beasts of Tamriel, and I had not considered using Beasts of Tamriel, at least not for this character. I don't know anything about that mod, so I'd have to research it to determine whether or not it might be good for a future lineup. Maybe I'll have a character in the future that's a good fit for. I don't know, but I will certainly review it, and if there's something about it that seems particularly appropriate for this character, then maybe I'll consider using it. I don't know. Yeah, certainly, if you have questions, you can put them into the chat. If you address them directly to me at Couch Warrior TV, then it's easier for me to kind of pick them out of the lineup, and I will try to answer them as best I can. As you guys know, I hate making mod lists. However, I understand that because I hate making mod lists, I set myself up for questions about mods, and I'm more than happy to answer questions about mods as much as I can here. But more so probably in the YouTube comments. So if you watch any of my recorded videos and you leave some messages in the comments about mods and so forth, I will do my best to try to address your questions there as well. All right. Here, I mean, if we pause during a live stream, that's a great time for me to answer some questions, and I'll try to go ahead and do that. But obviously, once I get back into the character play, I'm not looking at chat at all, unfortunately. So. Am I going to use iHUD? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet. I certainly could. However, if I'm going to use it, it's kind of like something I like to have loaded at the beginning. And honestly, I'm just not at the point where I feel like futzing around with a lot of HUD mods so far. I will kind of turn the HUD off manually using console commands when I do things like take screenshots or get cutscenes and things like that. I'll just kind of do it on an as-needed basis by using console commands. Otherwise, generally speaking, I don't have a problem with the HUD, and I enjoy having the HUD up. And as a person who's a Let's Player, and particularly in a Let's Player in the context of the Unbound podcast, where we have people who are all up and down the spectrum in terms of experience with the game, it's probably good, even though I know just about every corner of Skyrim like the back of my hand, and I can navigate across the map into pretty much any location without using the map, mostly. There are a lot of people who are coming into the game who can't, and so I sort of feel like even though I don't refer to the compass, having it up there is beneficial in some way to those folks. I don't know. I don't believe that she is in any way related to Storm. However, I think they could be good friends for a while. I mean, eventually Storm gets, later on in her character arc, Storm gets a little bit, I don't know, kind of morose, a little bit over serious. I think that Breezy is not the kind of person at this stage in her life who has a lot of interest in hanging out with people who she considers to be stodgy. So, I don't know. We'll see. All right, so I should mention that the beer of choice for Unbound Season 2, the Breezy Let's Play, is a Summit brew called Lazy Slipper. For those of you who are from Minnesota, you know what that's a reference to. The state flower here in Minnesota is the Lady Slipper, which is, I believe, a variety of wild orchid. I think I've only ever seen one in the wild twice in my life. They are very, very hard to come by. And so this is called Lazy Slipper. And I gotta say, it's delicious. So, official beer of the Breezy Beaudelet Let's Play. Lazy Slipper. It seemed perfect. All right, so we are going to hit it again. And in order to do that, I need to switch over to the game. All right. I am generally not a fan of Guinness. Guinness, actually, to be honest with you, Guinness is the only beer I've ever tried that I truly detested. And what I don't know is if that means I'm just not a fan of stout beers, because I feel like I've had other dark beers. I've had other stouts that I thought were okay, and I do like porters a lot. But something about Guinness I just can't stand. And I'm starting to wonder if, because it's the only beer I've ever come across that I absolutely can't stand, I'm sort of wondering if maybe I got a skunky beer and I just drank, it was just a bad beer. It was skunky in some way, and that ruined Guinness for me. So, no, I don't really do Guinness, unfortunately. A lot of people love it, though. All right, let's do this. Let's bring the volume up. Back to where we were. Okay, now let's hit to record. And I'm going to go through the spiel again, so get ready. Here it comes. Welcome, dear viewers, to Couch Warrior TV on YouTube. I am the Couch Warrior, and this is the Unbound Season 2 Let's Play. This video series is the companion to the Character Crusade Unbound podcast. And in each episode, we explore Skyrim roleplay concepts and ideas through actual gameplay. Season 2 of the podcast is called The Ghosts of Yore. And our character concept is Breezy Beaudelet, student of the Order of the Divine Scribe, and now an exchange student at the College of Winterhold. Woohoo! All right. So, we did acquire a level while we're in there. Let's go ahead and spend this. I think to start with, I'm going to be alternating investments in Magicka and I think possibly stamina. I don't have to commit to a decision here until we hit our next level. But I know we're going to invest in Magicka. We just have to. But the question is, what do we invest in after that? Given all of her movement-related stuff, stamina kind of makes sense from that point of view. But there's also the issue of survivability, right? I don't know. We'll have to see. All right. Why do I have 2 perks? Huh. Huh? Okay. Alteration. Let's zip down here to alteration. Like I said, we're going to be using a lot of alteration and a lot of destruction. That's going to be our primary forms of defense and just kind of practical spell casting. Okay, off we go. I thought I'd spent that one perk already, but I guess I didn't do that. All right, off we go. All right, we got to go back and we got to talk to the big cheese. Deliver a message that we found some kind of crazy glowing spinning orb type device inside of Sarthal. So we're going to go do that. And then we're going to take it as it comes from there. Now Skyrim is going to put some pressure on us to continue this quest line without pause. Well, we're not going to succumb to that pressure. We need a character with a more well-rounded experience, and I'm not interested in blasting straight through this. So we're going to do some other stuff because Breezy has other responsibilities besides being a student. She is also an employee, and she's also flat broke and needs to make some money, frankly.
Everything all right?
Yes, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, you got to be wary of the cops in a college town. Usually they got it in for the students, you know what I'm saying? Look at how fast she moves. I mean, it's crazy. But I love it. I do. Okay. That was a quick trip. All right. Just for the record, Draugr Logger will not be figuring prominently in this Let's Play. There may be some references to Draugr Logger. I see the question in the comments there, and I had been thinking about it myself during the break. But I'd like to make some new commercials. And I don't have any copy written for new commercials yet, so...
You are relatively new here, are you not? I have noticed you, but we have not spoken.
No, we haven't.
Then allow me to introduce myself. I am Savos Arin, Archmage of the College of Winterhold. I am quite content to see nearly any aspect of magic explored and investigated here. But I do not and will not approve of any research or experiments that cause purposeful harm to your fellow members of the college. Are we clear?
Yeah, we're clear. Listen, I need to speak to you about, Sarthal.
Please don't tell me that another one of the apprentices has been incinerated.
What?
I have enough to deal with right now.
Wait, incinerated? Well... Okay, so we found this big spinning orb thing. I don't know.
I see. I trust that Tolfdir will provide a more specific explanation. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. Tolfdir normally looks after your little group, yes? Since he's apparently occupied, and I will need to see this discovery for myself, I think perhaps you should begin researching the subject. And good work. The next time you find yourself exploring Nordic ruins, perhaps this will be helpful.
Ooh. Cool. Okay. Any of these questions look pertinent? No.
Until next time.
Okay. Wow, look at this place. Kind of dark, though. All right. So, I want us to meet with Mirabelle. We'll go meet with her and see what she has to say.
There you are.
Oh.
I've been trying to find you. I just wanted to let you know that Ancano's been asking about you.
Who?
I think he's looking for you.
Why would he be looking for me?
I'm not sure. Just, well, mind what you tell him, all right?
Is there a problem?
No. Well, I don't think so. Between the two of us, there are rumors about him. That this advisor position he has is a sham, an excuse. That what he's really doing is spying for the Thalmor, trying to feed them information. Whether it's true, I can't say. But it never hurts to be a little suspicious, does it?
All right. Thanks for the warning.
You're welcome. All right, then.
Oh, hey. I got a question. Hey, Professor.
Mirabelle does a fine job as Master Wizard, I suppose. Still, there's always room for improvement.
What do you got for sale?
Take a look.
Anything useful? Anything? Ugh. Zephyr. Destruction. What level is it? You know what I'm saying? Okay, so the Wind Rune is 288 in value. Zephyr is 303. So even if we get this, there's probably no way that we'll be able to actually cast it. But knowing that she's got this stuff, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. See ya. Ancano. Who's that? Thalmor got... Oh, shit. That's him right there. All right. Yeah, you want to talk to me?
Are you quite sure we need to be speaking?
Yeah. I was told to come and talk to you. Oh, geez, I'm not saying any of that. All right, fine. All right, dodged a bullet there, I guess. So, let's go find Mirabelle. Ugh, what time is it? Oh, geez, we were in there all day.
Hard to believe I ever complained about Riften being cold.
Okay, let's have a look here at our quest journal. We don't need that. Well, let's look at this hedge mage armor for a second, because I do have some ingredients: tundra cotton, iron. So I need beehive husks. I need a beehive husk and another skeever tail, and I'll be able to upgrade my armor. Just something to remember. Hitting the books. Okay. Forbidden Legend, Shalador's Insight. Find the writings. And then under miscellaneous, we've probably got some stuff. Collect components. Yeah. Find a copy of Glories and Laments. So that is one that we would pursue. Investigating the legend doesn't seem like anything we'd go after yet. Hitting the books is a good one to have up, and Shalador's Insights is a good one to have marked. Now, as part of Imperious Races, we've also got this little kind of Breton thing here where this is specific to the Breton race, where we get some rewards if we can find all the standing stones. That could be something I think that she would pursue over the course of time, which I think would be very cool. It's not yet at the stage where she would specifically do that, but we're going to run into these in our travels, and we'll kind of check them off the list. And when we get close to the end of the list, then we'll go after those ones we're missing, and we'll find a way to roll that into our story. So I think I've got everything marked that would be pertinent to her at the moment. Oh, hey. I was looking for you.
I understand you're the one that found this orb in Sarthal.
Yeah. He asked me to come and see you. About class?
Yes, from what I've heard, I expect Tolfdir will be occupied for some time. That is a problem, isn't it? I suppose someone else will need to look after the apprentices for now.
Well, what do I do if there's no class?
Well, perhaps it's time for some independent study.
Okay.
Check with Urag Groshab in the Arcanium. See if he's aware of any references to this thing that you and Tolfdir found. I'd like to know as much as we can about it.
Okay. Ugh. All right. Huh. All right. Well, we had to go and talk to him anyway, so let's go ahead and do that. Up we go. Hopefully he doesn't get mad that we haven't gone and done any of our work yet for the college bookstore here, but I mean, we have to go to class too, right?
I don't want to see you treating any of these books poorly. Are we clear?
Yeah, we talked about this.
Hundreds of years have gone into assembling this collection. It's going to stay pristine, understand?
I do. I need to learn about something we found in Sarthal.
I know what you want. Word travels fast around here. Discovered some big mystery, huh? Well, you don't even need to ask. No, I don't have anything for you. Not anymore, anyway.
All right, well, you don't have anything?
I said not anymore. Orthorn stole a number of books when he ran off to Felglow Keep to join those summoners. Some kind of peace offering. I think one of those volumes may have had some relevant information. If you want them, you'll have to talk to Orthorn.
All right, well...
Until next time.
We better get to work. We need to earn a paycheck here, and the stuff is starting to pile up.
You talk to me. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself in a lot of pain.
Let's do this. First of all, we're still wearing that damn Sarthal necklace. Let's do that. Okay. Oh. There's this Ancano guy.
You there. I have questions for you. You were in Sarthal, yes? It has come to my attention that something was found there.
Yes. I just informed the Archmage.
I am well aware. Tolfdir is still in Sarthal, is he? I shall be expecting a full report from him when he returns.
Okay. And you're telling me this why? I mean...
Something was discovered in Sarthal that was significant enough that Tolfdir sent a new member of the college alone to deliver word. That sounds precisely like the sort of thing that should matter to everyone, especially me. Thank you for your help. You may go now.
Jeez, what a tool. All right. Is that a professor? Oh, it is.
If you require assistance with summoning techniques, please let me know. If you would, please also contain your summons to the college grounds. The locals do not need to be agitated further by Atronachs roaming their town.
Sure.
The summoning of undead is even less advisable outside the college.
Okay. Let's see. Say, I saw a thing about these missing apprentices. What's with that?
Ah, that, yes. The group prior to yours has disappeared entirely. It's possible that there was less than the necessary amount of oversight. That's still being looked into. but we've had no contact with them for quite some time now. Arniel wondered if perhaps they'd somehow managed to get themselves lost in the Outer Realms, but I think that's giving them too much credit.
All right. Well, how long have they been gone?
I hadn't really considered it in terms of time.
What?
I suppose it's been at least a month.
A month?
Let me think. What were they working on? As I recall, Ysra was trying to improve flame cloak spells to better work in Skyrim's harsh environment. Elos Tai was practicing illusion spells. She was having trouble with the calm spells, I believe, but only ever worked with skeevers. And then there's Borvir and Rundi, twins, though they rarely agreed on anything. Those two boys were obsessed with mead, convinced they could concoct something to compete with Honningbrew. Something about using frost magic to chill the mead for a certain period of time. I felt it was a waste, but the Archmage let them proceed.
Mead sounds interesting.
All right, then.
Well, yeah, I got a lot of work to do. Gotta go. Let's go. All right. Well, we need to get some food.
That incident in Morthal was...
We need to get some food. We're gonna load up the travel bag.
For what we do here. Not that I care.
And we're gonna get the heck out of here. All right. Now, sometimes there's some food up yonder, second floor, maybe, that we can take.
Well, you're certainly making a name for yourself.
What? Why? Oh. Everyone's just jealous because I got this job. Pie. We'll take that. Bread. Apples. Oh, I'm starving. What's this? Journals. Research notes. Huh. Wait a second. Tohan. Is that what that is? Research notes on Tohan. Tohan is a hero of obscure Breton and Nordic folklore. Stories of his deeds used to be the subject of children's bedtime stories. I'm going to read them later. Oh, carrots. You like carrots? Ooh. Hang on. Okay, well, we're taking all of this. What's this? Poem. Oh, lots of poems. It's the same guy. Okay. We're going to take these. We're going to read them later. This will be good for us to read while we're on the road, right? I mean, who left it here? Godwin's journal. The lock on the diary was opened. The pages were stirred. I've not told anybody how close I am to finding the helm, and how it seems somebody is getting curious. I suspect it's Neria. Who's that? She's always been asking too many questions. I should keep this journal on me at all times from now on. There's a page missing. I don't know who this person is. They don't sound familiar. There's not anyone here I've met by that name. We'll look at that too. Why would there be a page missing? Okay. We got some grub. Let's have a light snack. Let's go to bed. And we're going to head out in the morning. So... some bread. Oh, you can't put off eating the pie. A little bit of cheese. What we don't have is some cheap wine. There it is, right there. Hey, what are these? Void salts. Azura in the box. I can read that later. All right, time for bed. All right, so just about 11 p.m. Ugh. So let's do something here. We'll give her standard clothes to sleep in. Okay. Right? She doesn't need that. She probably wouldn't sleep with that on. Or that. All right. There we go. She is quite pretty, I gotta say. So let's see, what time is it? It's about 3 o'clock in the morning. She wakes up. What the hell is that noise? There's some noise keeping me awake. What is it? I can't sleep. Seems to be coming from this direction. It's coming from in there. Hey.
If you ended up here by mistake, you will want the Hall of Attainment, 1 floor up. If you ended up here on purpose, then heavens help you.
Yeah, could you keep it down? I'm trying to sleep. What the hell are you doing down here?
What do I do here at the college? I research ancient Dwemer knowledge and find ways to apply it to the use of magics.
Ugh. All right. What is it you're working on?
Trying to explain the eccentricities of the Dwemer constructs would be very difficult if you have no point of reference.
Okay. Well, do your best.
What good are Dwemer artifacts? What good are Dwemer artifacts? Where exactly did you come from?
Hi, Rock. Okay, well, listen, I'm not from here, okay? I'm part of an exchange program.
The students at the Mages College call me obsessive? Do you really think I'm that obsessed with my work?
You're totally obsessed. But, anyway, I've got things actually I'm looking for. Urag has me on this journey to find just a whole bunch of stuff all over Skyrim. I'm not really actually sure where to start. I'm just wondering if maybe, judging by all this crap down here, maybe you can help me. Huh?
Imagine the implications.
Well, maybe I'll find things along the way that will help you with your work. What do you say?
All right.
All right. Well, just listen.
What can I do for you?
I'm not leaving
Come back
until
soon.
tomorrow morning. What do you got down here? Anyway. Wow. Look at this place.
People always blame me for everything. It was only a small explosion. Well, relatively small, anyway.
What is this? This is what's making the noise. Oh, well. Oh, he's got books. And scrolls.
If you feel the need for crafting, feel free to use my workshop.
Really? That is generous. Oh, sorry. Okay, well, can you keep it down, please? I'm trying to sleep. How do I get out of here? Hmm. Ugh, that's better. I don't know how he can sleep down there with all that racket. All right, 4 hours we will sleep. I can still hear it. You hear it? Oh, it's annoying. All right, we better get to work here. Boots, gloves. Okay. We are going to need that. We got a cape. And you know what? We're going to need our... Well, do we? Do we not? Yeah, we need that. All right. I think that is going to do it. Okay, we are ready to set out. Now, I'm thinking at this point, she's going to need to stick to the roads. She doesn't know her way around Skyrim yet, so she's going to have to stick to the roads. And that's going to be vitally important to her keeping track of where she is in the world space until she gets kind of more familiar with things. So we're going to stick with that for now. But of course, we know how treacherous this road can be, so this ought to be interesting. But before we do that, we'll stop off at the trade goods store here and see if there's any supplies we need as we hit the road, because I don't think we've got anything real practical at this point. I don't know. We'll see what she's got here. Okay.
I'll
Please
sell
have
just
something.
about anything if it's worth my time.
Yeah?
I do what's necessary so we can get by. Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing.
Trinkets. Ooh. A small fur tent. What do we got? Okay, we've managed to accumulate almost 300 gold. So the tent would be good. The cooking pot would be good. Anything else? I reckon some oil for our lantern would be good. Okay, we've got some healing potions. Gosh, hopefully we don't need them. Not right away, anyway. Okay. That is going to do it. So we are ready to hit the road. All right. That is going to bring us to the end of this episode. I want to thank everyone for checking it out. If you'd like to get involved and play along with us, check out unbound.charactercrusade.com for current play rules. You can join the discussion by going to discord.charactercrusade.com and getting involved in our Discord community. That's where you can find out all kinds of great information about how all of this works. And to find Character Crusade Unbound podcast, you can go to iTunes, YouTube, or Stitcher, and you will find all those linked from the website at charactercrusade.com, as well as a full schedule of our upcoming live streams. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. All right, we are going to record another one. Hang on, we're going to take a very short break, 1 or 2 minutes. And we're back. All right, here we are, ready to hit the road. Thank you, everybody, for indulging me with a little break there. That was good. All right, so we're hitting the road in earnest now, so, yeah, anything could happen at this point. So we'll have to be vigilant when it comes to the quick saves, right? Okay, so we got to run through this process again. Wow, you guys are going to get, hopefully, 3 or 4 complete episodes tonight. I think it'll probably be 3 or 4 complete episodes by the time I cut it up. I may be doing another live stream just like this tomorrow night as well. So, for those of you who are not aware, the only rule that we have right now regarding the kickoff is that you have to be at a particular location for the kickoff episode. All right? So all of this playtime that we're going to have with Breezy leading up to that podcast is all totally fine. It doesn't matter what level you're at when you hit that spot. So if you're curious about where that spot is, there is a short video that is on my YouTube channel. It is also linked on Discord that will show you exactly how to get there. It's a very, very short video, and it just shows Breezy walking to the specific spot right from the front door of Dead Man's Drink in Falkreath. It's a very short walk, but that video, if you watch it, it will show you exactly how to get to the spot, because the spot is not marked on the map. So it's helpful if you just watch the video and then follow her footsteps, and you'll get right there. Welcome, dear viewers, to Couch Warrior TV on YouTube. I am the Couch Warrior, and this is Unbound Season 2 Let's Play. This video series is the companion to Character Crusade Unbound podcast, and in each episode, we explore Skyrim roleplay concepts and ideas through actual gameplay. Season 2 of the podcast is called The Ghosts of Yore, and our character concept is Breezy Baudelaire, student of the Order of the Divine Scribe. And in the last episode, we delivered the news to the Archmage that some strange thing had been found in Sarthal. And we have done our job. Now, because Tolfdir is pretty preoccupied with whatever that thing is, classes are canceled. That is the favorite. That is the most favorite phrase that any college student likes to hear. Classes are canceled. Ah, too late to save the goat. Damn it. All right. So, in light of the fact that classes are canceled, we actually have a lot of work to do. Ura Groshub has given us several assignments that we have to complete. Like, we have a crap ton of work to get done here. And we really, really need to keep that job at the college bookstore because Breezy is broke. So we are out doing our thing here. Now I'm going to queue up Gust in the right hand. Whoa, 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 whoa. Gotcha. Nahaha. Blah, blah, blah. Down you go. All right. Now, for this playthrough, I figured, you know, Breezy just isn't the type who has any experience at all in her life
They say the college has been snooping around.
hunting or skinning animals. So in this particular playthrough, I'm not worrying about Hunterborn or anything like that. Honestly, I can't recall if I have it loaded. I might have it loaded. I'm not sure. But we're not going to be doing a bunch of that kind of stuff. She's got a small dagger that she carries on her at the moment as more of a camping implement, I guess. but she's going to be primarily about spell work. Pretty much as close to a pure mage as I tend to get. All right. Let's F5 here. You guys know why. Yeesh. All right. What are these guys doing here? Just kind of hanging out? What's going on?
Hail, friend. It's good to see another merry soul enjoying this fine day.
Yeah.
Ah, but you look tired.
I do?
Come, share a bottle of Hunting Brew mead with me.
Hunting Brew mead. I have heard about this mead, and I haven't tried it again. I'm kind of curious. Sure, I'll try some.
Ah, nothing like buying spirits to help raise your... well, your spirits. Cheers, my friend.
That was a good one.
May your adventures find you fame and fortune.
Hey, guys, there's a wolf. Guys, there's a wolf. Oh, no, no, no. Why? Is he down? Yeah, some help you were. Chivalry's dead. All right. Let's keep moving. Shit, I don't think I've ever seen that guard tower empty. Be honest. What's going on? Oh, it's a fight. This is like a war. Oh my god. Well, I'm not part of this. Holy crap. Let's get out of here. All right, what do we got? Long stride is on 4, so let's do that. Oh, crap. Okay. Now, all right, we finally made it out of the tundra. So, let's see. We're going to have to check our map to see where some of this stuff is. Hobbs Fall Cave. That would be backtracking, so we're not going to go that way. Stolen books. I guess it would make the most sense for us to go after the stolen books first, right? You think? All right, let's go this way. Now, the stolen books are always in Felglow, so we know where that is. I think the other ones are kind of radiant items, maybe? I don't know. Like, I don't know if they vary position from time to time or what, but... Damn dogs. Hey, just stay away. Ah. Yeesh. What Urag Groshub doesn't know is that he has an ace employee on his hands. someone who's capable of moving quickly to get shit done. So, given Breezy's goals in life, wanting to be viewed by people as capable and able to handle things, there are certain things that she's going to go out of her way to try and overachieve on. This might be one of those. Hello? What the heck? What's going on? What are you doing? What? Where is he chasing me? Why is he chasing me? Why is he chasing me? He's definitely chasing me, right? Oh, crap. All right, let's just get out of here before it gets worse. Hey, whoa, what's this place? Huh. It's huge. All right. It is definitely not all snow and nastiness. Holy cow. More wolves. Just standing in on that one. No backpedaling. Just right in your face. Pooch. All right. Felglow. 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 All right, so as I mentioned before, I put some mods in place that make the grass wave in the wind and make the trees wave in the wind and stuff like that. You can kind of see that happening more here than you can in the northern climates, which is kind of a fun effect given who she is and what this is all about. But one of the other things I did too is I use Vivid Weathers, so I went into Vivid Weathers and I adjusted the saturation and the bloom to maximum just to give things a little bit different feel than they were, a bit more vibrant and fun than in Raiden's game. Ow, what? Hide in the grass. Yeesh. Ooh, severe thirst. What do we got to drink? We got that hunting brew mead, I guess, right? And wine. Looks pretty good. Maybe a new favorite? I'm thinking she's got a bit of a sweet tooth. But we definitely need to get our hands on some water skins. Why is there a horse milling around here? Oh, butterflies. Look at butterflies. Ooh, more butterflies. Hello, horsey. Who are you? Where's your owner? Nice. Oh, shit. There's your owner. Are you okay? You are not okay. Looks like a bandit. Well, guess I don't really need a horse, do I? I don't think so. All right. Well, hopefully, she just goes home. That would be good. All right, we got to find this Please. Oh! Man, that wind is pretty powerful. I feel like it's probably not just the wind itself that does the damage, but all the debris that it kicks up and turns into shrapnel, you know? I would think that would be pretty devastating. Not the wind necessarily itself, but all the gravel and ice and all that kind of stuff that it kicks up in the process. That would be the deadly part. Wow. All right, almost there. Almost there. All right. Quick save here. It's the place, right? Huh? Gotcha. Oh, that worked nice. I tell you what, man. Having no limits on the novice level spells is the way to go if you ever want to use a ward. Otherwise, they're just a pain in the ass, I feel like. Whoa. Whoa! Mage battle! Haha. Okay, I blew her off the edge. She's not down, though. Oh, damn. Let's beat it through here. Is she down? Maybe she is down. She is. Okay, I blew her off the edge, but I didn't think she was completely done. All right, we got to deal with this Atronach creature. Pretty freaky. Come on, lay it on, lay it on. Oh, man. Woo! Whoa, 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 whoa. That is cool. All right. I wholeheartedly endorse that combo. So, yeah, I wholeheartedly endorse that combo. See, what you want to do is Andromeda Standing Stones. You want to do the Apprentice Stone so that you can... so there's no magicka cost to novice spells. Now, in this last exchange, I'm pretty sure that I was suffering from the half damage problem. That's why the Atronach was lasting as long as it was. But that is the... that's the cost of doing business with that. So... I think that's a decent trade-off. So what you're getting in reliability for spell use, you're getting in some not so reliable damage. Okay. All right, we dealt with them. Now, how do we get in? Nuts. All right, let's go back to the stairway. Yeah, we'll take that. Wait, what's this? Book of Riddles. Oh, I love riddles. A Bosmer was slain. The Altmer claims that Dunmer is guilty. The Dunmer says the Khajiit did it. The Orc swears he didn't kill the Bosmer. The Khajiit says the Dunmer is lying. If only one of these speaks the truth, who killed the Bosmer? Well, if it's from my family, he committed suicide. So, all right. All right, now, carefully now. Mages, mages, mages. Oh. Sloppy. Sloppy in here. Traps, too. More traps.
Huh? What is it? A test subject. Go, my pets.
Oh,
Attack!
crap. Okay, let's just wait. If they're coming, I want them to go over the traps. Ooh. Must have got the damage bonus on that one. All right. I'm going to switch over to the ward here.
Come on, come on, come on! Lay it on!
Ah. Whew. Oh, that was close. He was powerful enough. He took out my ward, and then I couldn't generate it again. That was pretty awesome. Staff, okay. These aren't the books I'm looking for. So we have to keep searching deeper. Potions are good, though. This mod, I've never used it before. I thought it'd be fun with this character just because I think that she is going to be possibly a more prolific book collector than characters I've had in the past. And I was mainly interested in it not because I wanted to be able to easily identify skill books, but because I just wanted to be able to easily identify which books I already had in my collection, especially when you've got some books in here that are part of these large collections. Uh-huh. All right, let's go up this way. It was more or less a way to avoid carrying around multiple copies of the same book. So leather strips, we'll take those. All right, never picked a lock before, but we'll give it a go. Got it. All right, we better get ready again here. All right, we got to blow through this thing, so let's put up a shield. Through it. See, now that guy went down pretty easy. Because he's a novice, that's probably why. Ooh. Invisibility recipe. Hailstones. That would be kind of up her alley, right? Using hailstones. That's kind of got a stormy riff to it. Probably not casting a hailstone-related spell, but I can definitely see her using a staff. So... and she is going to be, like, scrounging like crazy. I feel like she's not, you know, she's not someone who's afraid to get her hands dirty. That's for sure. Hey. Who are these people, anyway? Prisoners. Should I let them out? Wait a second. Whoa, she doesn't look right. Maybe I'll hold off on that. Okay, let's go.
Never.
Whoa. Oh. They're kicking my ass right now. Let's do extra magicka. Okay. Let's do some resist cold. Whoa, that was rough. I need some stronger wards, baby. That's what I need. Stronger wards. I need like a steadfast ward or something. Yeah, I need to work my way up a little bit there. Those guys were constantly breaking, but I think part of it is because they had me flanked as well, which was not a great scenario. So... I could only concentrate my attack on one, really. Oh, this is awful in here. Oh, shit. Okay, let's see if I have... Yes, I do have fast healing. All right. Very good. What's going on here?
What was that? Go, boy! Attack!
Whoa. Man. The combo is good in some cases, but boy... multiple opponents, not great. I just taken too much damage to keep the shield up. I'm better off going in with lots and lots of offensive, I guess. Flowers. I like those. What was going on in here? Hey, who is it? Oh. You're the bastard who stole the books, right?
Please, help me.
So you're Orthorn?
Yes, yes. Did Archmage Arin send you? He sent you to rescue me, didn't he?
I'm just here for the books. That's my job.
The book? Oh. Oh, dear. I shouldn't have taken them. I know. It was stupid. I was stupid. It won't happen again. Help me get out of here, and I'll help you find them. Please.
Mm-hmm. Where are the books?
I don't have them anymore. She took them. The caller. She's the one who put me in here. Please, let me out of here.
I don't know. Why are you in here, I guess?
They threw threw me in here until they were ready to use me in one of their experiments. This wasn't supposed to happen. I thought they wanted my help, not to use me as a test subject. Don't leave me here.
All right. All right, come on.
Thank you, thank you. I promise I'll help. And then I'll go back to the college and I'll beg them to let me back in.
Good luck with that. All right. Now, where are the books?
Yes, of course. I said I'd tell you, didn't I?
Yes,
The
you did.
Colonel had them. She was most interested in one of the volumes, although not interested enough to keep me from being locked up.
I'm going to say to him ...
Oh, you've saved me. Thank you so much. Who knows what they'd have done to me if you hadn't come along. I promise I'll help you get out of here.
All right. What's in here? Oh, this place is a dump. Yeah. Jazz Bakery. Oh. We'll take the leather strips.
And begin.
Oh, crap. Here we go.
All right, then. Yours.
Whew. These guys are out of my league. Just keep it going. Ah. Down I went. That's all right. Well, I killed Orthorn there, too. All right, what's our situation? Did I not? Yeah, of course. All right, let's replay that, I guess.
Huh? What is it? Ah, a test.
All right, we got a lock to pick in here again. Let's do that. Ooh. I don't have a lot of lockpicks. I think I could definitely see Breezy being a little bit of a stealth mage, possibly, too. That could be sort of fun. Right? She agrees, see? All right. All right, so last time these guys gave us a little bit of trouble when we did the offense-defense thing. Let's try it again, but try purely offensive and see what happens. Oh! Not great. Not a great situation. I think I just died right there. Didn't I? No. Oh, they keep tossing me. This is bad. Okay, choke point, choke point. It's the water. Oh, the water. All right, let's not let him get behind us. Ah! Eat hot wind, biatch. Okay. So, something from the previous comments. No, I'm not using Dead is Dead, whatever that is. Can't remember. And then the mage battle thing, totally love to use that. So I will put that in the load order next time around. Now that I'm getting a chance to play her against other mages, that would be kind of fantastic. So definitely going to do that. Take that.
What was that? Aha!
Whoa, where'd you come from? Okay, let's draw this out a bit. All right, now we're learning some things, or I'm learning some things about tactics with this particular style. And choke points are my best friend. We want choke points.
Okay, now can you let me out? Please? I won't tell anyone it was you. Quiet down. Please let me out of here.
Definitely.
You have to let me out.
Definitely stealth mage material. That could be a fun deal. We'll have to consider that.
Before more of them show up.
We gotta talk first. Not trying to pick the lock.
Please help me. Yes, yes. Did Archmage Arin send you? He sent you to rescue me, didn't he?
No. Where are the books?
What? The book? Oh.
Oh, yeah, numbnuts.
I shouldn't have taken them, I know.
That's
I was
right.
Stupid. I was stupid. It won't happen again. Help me get out of here, and I'll help you find them. Please.
Help me find them. All right, well, I guess if we want to get the job done, we better let him out, right? We don't want to screw up our first mission for the crabby librarian. So, we let him out. All right, now...
Thank you, thank you. I promise I'll help. And then I'll go back to the college and I'll beg them to let me back in.
Just tell me where the books are.
Yes, of course.
Come on.
I said I'd tell you, didn't I?
Yes,
The
you
caller will
did.
have them.
Come on.
She was most interested in one of the volumes.
The caller.
Although not interested enough to keep me from being locked up.
All right.
All right, then.
I'm not getting suckered into clicking the ... this time. All right. Quick saving here. All right, this just... Is this barred, or does this go someplace real? No. Well, yeah, we don't have that key. All right, come on. All right, tactics, tactics.
Be careful.
Listen, pal. It's a fluffing basket, okay? What do you care? Book stealer.
And begin.
Oh, crap.
Again.
All right.
What are you doing that for?
I'm going to take their teacher.
Good. We'll take a short...
Flanked! Flanked, bitches! Suck wind. There you go. Nicely done. Wow. He went down pretty quick when I got the jump on him. So, yeah. Tactics. Tactics. There are a lot of books here. How are we ever going to find the right book? What's this? Red Eagle. That's not it. I already have some of these. That one up there I do. What's this? Nothing, nothing. Are these barnacles worth anything? Ooh, a spell book. That's worth something. All right, let's move on. Okay, up we go. These books better be up here, dipshit. I'm gonna be mad if they're not.
The undercroft. Necromancers. Be careful.
Eugh. Gross. All right. Ooh, crap. There you go. Whoa. Is that it? Hey, is this one of the books right here? No. It's a spell book, though. All right. Well, don't just stand around. Looking for books. Idiot. Let's see. No. What kind of books were these exactly? We don't know. I think that Breezy is going to be very concerned with just being successful at this, right? She's basically put everything on the line at this point. She has taken all the money she was supposed to spend on school and spent it to get here to Skyrim. And there's basically, she's committed herself. And coming back a failure is not an option, right? That's how she's going to view this situation. So... second. Hello, coins.
Is someone there?
Mercy.
Oh no, you don't. Haha. You're done. Hang on. Oh, shit. Oh! Little tornado for you. Alright, come on. Hang on. Hang on. Where are you going? There was a book in here. We gotta check it. Oh. Well, that's not the one we want, but hey. We learned something from that book. Very good. My guess is the grumpy librarian's going to like any book I bring back to him. Are these worth anything? Do you know? I mean, all right. Okay, we're going to take the materials because, I don't know, why not? All right, F5. Where does this go? Felglow Dungeons. Do you have a key? I don't. Ugh, this goes on forever. Oh, crap. Whoa, 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 whoa. What is that? Can I blow it back at her? Huh. Water magic is so weird. Right? Motion to fire. Ugh. Where are the books, asshole? God. Be here all day. And night and day. Alright. Which way is which? Can't go that way. Oh, crap! Who's doing what here? I don't understand. Who's doing what? There we go. Got around him, got inside the room. Then I could flank him. That worked out all right. Little dicey there, but Hey, look. Looks fresh enough. Big fancy book. Take that. Oh God. Yeah, I don't touch books that are in the crapper. Okay, you can have that one. Let's go out this way. We've got to be getting close, right? Hey, over here. Look. Ah, look at all this. Hey, what's this? I'm taking that. It looks like it's worth something. Oh, that's just pretty. I'm taking that. And this. Let's see what we can learn. Ah, minor magica. Enchanted ring. He's not going to miss this, right? Novice hood. Wait a second. Is that what I'm using? Because if I'm not, I should be, right? Let's check. So, novice hood. No. That's a better hood than the plain old one we're using. Nice. I actually think it goes with the outfit better. Okay, cool. By the way, keep your eyes open for skeever tails. I know we killed a few down in... Well, I killed a few before I ran into you. I should have cut one off. But I need beehive husk. That seems to be harder to find. So, let's just pay attention.
The library is just through here. We're getting close now.
This is the library? This is a seriously pathetic library. Hey, how you doing? Oh, crap. There's another one here. Hey. What are you...
Thank you so much. Who knows what they'd have done to me if you hadn't come along? I promised. I'll help you get out of here.
What's with this guy here? Is he... Hey, what's going on? Are you dead? Or what? Just... Huh. Alright. Well... I'm just gonna take your coin purse then, if you don't mind. You're not using it, obviously. What's this? More excellent literature. Grab that. Alright, see you later, I guess. Ooh, what's this one? Ah. See, now that one I would like. I cannot wait to get out of here. It's just stuffy in here, don't you think? Okay, where does this go? Nowhere? All right, that's worth keeping. Off we go. Oh, crap. Hang on, hang on, hang on. Ah, no you don't. Oh, no you don't. Where the hell did you come from? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Hey, hey, wake up. Wake up. Are you okay? Oh, shit. Okay, all right, all right, all right. All right. Okay, well... I didn't do it. Right? I mean... This guy got him, right? Where did you come from? Oh, I didn't even look in this room yet. That's why. All right, well, we understand. Okay, so, yeah, this is interesting, right? So one of the things that we talk about in the homework is this idea of the positive and negative charge and taking a moment to think about a situation every once in a while and figure out how it's going to affect your character. At this point, Breezy has been cruising through here, basically just defending herself. without a whole lot of time and thought given to what is actually going on around her. And I would anticipate that up to this point, that hasn't really been much of an issue, right? Because in this kind of a situation, you'd be so loaded with adrenaline that all you're thinking about is kind of surviving to get to the next room. But now that this guy that she rescued is pushing up daisies, now everything is going to drop on her. And this is kind of a bad time for that to happen. Lots of empty rooms. So this is something that we need to think about. Wait. All right, we're going to take this one. So what I'm saying is up to this point, she's kind of been on autopilot, just defending herself. My guess is that, you know, given her, you know, kind of upper middle class upbringing, she's not had a lot of occasions, if any, where she's had to consider the idea of life and death. I mean, she's lived a pretty safe life, gone off to college, blah, blah, blah. Here she is, right? Now suddenly she's faced with this encounter where she has had to kill or be killed, and her companion, for better or worse, mostly worse, has died as a result. Now, I guess the good news in this situation is that, you know, she can say to herself, well, it wasn't me that killed him, but he died in my presence, and she sort of feels something of a responsibility to get him out, even though she doesn't like the man. There's also the other issue, just the practical issue of, you know, this guy was supposed to help her find the books, and now she's got this huge place, and she has no idea where the books are, right? It's completely full of books, and she hasn't checked every last book. So she's thinking to herself, what the hell am I supposed to do? Now, I'm thinking, however, she's looking at this feeling probably a sense of dread and a little bit of responsibility and just a little bit of horror now, because she's kind of thinking back on, wow, a lot of people just died, and a whole bunch of them I killed by unleashing my power. My thought with her is that in the past, her parents and people that she knows have tried to steer her in a direction that would take her away from maximizing her power. You know, it's kind of like Dash from The Incredibles, who always wants to do everything super fast because he can, but his parents are always holding him back, right? Now she's got a chance to fully unleash her power unchecked, and in doing so, she's killed a lot of people. Granted, these people were trying to kill her, but that doesn't change the fact that she's killed people. So this is something to think about. But I think there's also an interesting juxtaposition of the fact that right outside the door where this man dies is sitting right there a shrine to Julianos. To me, that feels like a fortuitous thing, and possibly something that she would see significance in, perhaps. Maybe she's not mature enough to see the significance in it quite yet, but maybe she will later. Maybe it means something. I don't know. Interesting how that works, though, right? So let's keep that in mind, and let's move on. All right, so we've done those things. This is a good place here to F5, because we know that we've got to get through this. And it's going to be rough, thinking. And of course, our backup is now gone. And if you're familiar with this quest, one of the options you have is to take the books and leave him behind as a trade. Well, obviously we can't do that now because he's good and dead. So we're going to have to do this the hard way. So, let's F5 one more time. And let's do it.
So you're the one who barged into my home and laid waste to my projects. How nice to meet you.
Look, I'm just here for the books from the college.
So you're just one of Arin's lackeys. That's disappointing. You show real promise. You come here, kill my assistants, disrupt my work. You've annoyed me, so I don't think I'll be giving you anything.
Well, you're just a bitch. May I please have the books?
Oh, now we're all please and thank you, are we? I'm afraid we're well beyond pleasantries. I'll allow you the opportunity to turn around, walk out that door, and never come back. I suggest you move quickly.
All right, I'll leave.
How dare you?
Not without the books, though.
I should have come here.
Not without the books. Not without the books. Not without the books. I got a book. Come on, asshole. Bring it on. Give me that book. Yaha. Oh, crap. See you later, asshole. Oh, they won't let me out.
Let's get him off.
Do it again.
So you're the one who barged into my home and laid waste to my projects. How nice to meet you.
Look, I just want the books. I'm exhausted. Could you just hand over the books? I mean, you don't need them, right?
So you're just one of Arin's lackeys. That's disappointing. You show real promise. You come here, kill my assistants, disrupt my work. You've annoyed me, so I don't think I'll be giving you anything.
All right. All right, bitch. May I please have the books?
Oh, now we're all please and thank you, are we? I'm afraid we're well beyond pleasantries. I'll allow you the opportunity to turn around, walk out that door, and never come back. I suggest you move quickly.
All right. Listen, lady. I'm not going anywhere without the books.
Are you attempting to threaten me after I've been so hospitable? Well, then you won't be leaving here at all.
Sound like a threat to me, idiot. Okay, let's grab this one. All right, we better guzzle a potion here. Let's do that. Whoa. That was close. Okay. Is this one of the books? What's so special about these books, anyway? Oh, they're about Sarthal. Of course. All right, we'll take him. All right, we got 2. Oh, shit. Oh, I thought I destroyed a book. Grow Shub would have tanned my hide. All right, this was a close call. Let's get out of here before anything else can go wrong. Okay. What's in here? Potatoes? Sure. Okay. All right, so we're going to move out of here pretty quick. And then we will take an opportunity to regroup once we get outside. All right, how far was it? Oh, he was dead. Weird. All right. Yeah, that was really weird. All right, down we go. Let's see. This way? Yes. Let's go. All right, well, here we are. That's going to do it for this episode. Thanks, everybody, for checking it out. If you'd like to get involved and play along with us, check out unbound.charactercrusade.com for current play rules. You can join the discussion with other players by joining our Discord community at discord.charactercrusade.com. And you can find Character Crusade Unbound podcast on iTunes, YouTube, and Stitcher. Go to charactercrusade.com for all the information, as well as a schedule of our upcoming live streams. Thank you all very much for watching this episode, and I will see you next time. All right. And it is approximately 9:30 my time, which I think is a pretty good session. So I am going to stop playing at this point. We're going to save this. That was pretty good. A couple of deaths here and there. A couple of things having to be replayed. But that is okay in my book. In fact, I mean, I guess for me, it's kind of essential to figuring out how to play this character anyway. So that's pretty important. All right, so before we knock off for the evening, I guess the question is, you know, what is coming up next? Well, I think I'm going to try to do a live stream tomorrow. And, of course, all of this live streaming that I do before the next episode of the podcast, which I should probably look and see exactly when that is. Let's clarify that. So those of you who are interested in attending the podcast live streams can do so. They are a lot of fun. They're just a blast. So our last one was on the 30th, so the 14th. Okay, May 14th, Monday night, May 14th at 6 p.m. Central Time, we will be having the first episode of Season 2 of Unbound, which, of course, is our Season 2 kickoff. And that's where we're going to go over the rules in detail. You'll also be getting your first shot of narrative. We'll be doing our character craft segment where we will be talking about Breezy. We will also be talking about the characters that both Joe and Matt have created for Unbound 2. And then we will also be doing our community craft segment. So if you have questions about Unbound Season 2, if you have questions about roleplay, questions about anything related to the Unbound program and anything that goes with it, feel free to get out there and submit your questions, and we will answer your questions live on the podcast, and that is always a lot of fun. Generates a lot of great discussion, of course. So you can find that form on the same page where you find the play rules. All of our play rules can be found at unbound.charactercrusade.com, as well as the web form. So if you want to submit anything for the podcast, do it there. Anything else? People got questions? I missed out on wind puns. Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. We got plenty of time. Anytime will what drop? What is what going to drop? My live stream for tomorrow? I always live stream at 6 p.m. I try to keep that as consistent as I possibly can. I've got some other plans tomorrow, but I'm hoping that I'll be available by 6 p.m. I can't confirm that quite yet. My goal is to do some live streaming tomorrow, so you're just going to have to, keep your eye on things. It's not a planned live stream, so the best thing you can do is if you haven't set an alarm or turned notifications on Couch Warrior TV, on your Couch Warrior TV subscription, get out there and ring that bell. Then you'll get an update when I'm ready to go live. I also post all the time to Discord, so if I'm going to do something, I'll try to announce it there, but then I'll also post it there when I go live. So because it's an unscheduled live stream, I don't know the exact start time for it. So I will have some time next week as well, so I will be live streaming at least once or twice next week as well, either Monday, Tuesday night, or possibly both, depending on how things are going and how I feel. So that's what it boils down to sometimes. But yeah, if there's anything you need to get submitted, if you got any questions about the homework, all of it can be found there. So thank you all so much for attending tonight. I really, really do appreciate it very much. I think this is going to be a fun character. She is definitely a work in progress, but she is a lot of fun. And some cool things happen tonight that we'll have to keep in mind. So that should obviously inform what we do in the next episode. So I think the next episode will take a moment. We'll take a breath at the beginning of that, and we will go through in detail what kind of our value pairs are, what our negative and positive outcomes are of the events that took place in this episode, particularly the death of this companion that we were trying to rescue. I think that'll have an impact on her in some way. But the question is, how severe will that impact be? How severe will it be, and what will it be exactly? So I'll take some time to noodle that, and we will go over that in detail for the next episode. Thank you guys for attending tonight, and I will see you around next time.